Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. As Finn apologizes to Steffy, Brooke fears Hope might ruin their happy home. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Finn comes home to smooch with Steffy, wanting her to never forget just how much he loves her. I know I have given you reason to wonder if I've truly been putting you first, especially recently, says the hunk, assuring her that he's back on track. He admits that sometimes he gets carried away with wanting to help people. I ask that you embrace Shyla, this woman whom has been nothing but destructive in our life and our happiness. And you know who shot them? Not that he mentions that. Bygones. Hope and Brooke are in the main Forrester Creations office working, although the younger woman admits that she's having trouble concentrating. It doesn't help that she's supposed to be doing inventory of rings. Brooke says she gets what's happening, but reminds Hope that Thomas only got together with Paris after he was rejected, repeatedly, by the woman he truly wanted to be with. I had ample opportunity to say yes to a marriage with Thomas, and I wasn't ready to say yes, admits Hope. She fears Thomas' relationship with Paris is him going back to his past problematic behavior. In turn, Brooke wonders if there's something more going on. Maybe, she suggests, Hope's confusion about Thomas is really just a way for you to run away from your attraction to Steffy's husband. Hope insists her feelings for Thomas were real. Brooke points out that she's been in a passionate relationship or two in the past, and sometimes you ignore very important key ingredients that should be involved. When Brooke again suggests Hope might be revisiting her feelings for Thomas to cover her budding feelings for Finn, her daughter shuts that down. I love that man, Mom, and I have been grieving the loss of our relationship. Now that she knows they don't have a future, she's struggling. All Brooke wants is for Hope to find the man of her dreams. You will find that, she says. It just won't be Finn. It can't be Finn. Which, in bold and beautiful speak, means it very well might be. Brooke fears that Hope is revisiting her feelings for Thomas because she's afraid of her feelings for Finn. But Hope insists she's not afraid of her feelings, she just wants to understand them. Thomas' return, she admits, has left her confused. If you really wanted to be with Thomas, you'd have accepted one of his proposals, points out Brooke, again revisiting the notion of Hope trying to push her feelings for Finn away. Just don't want you to fall for Steffy's husband, insists Brooke. He has a name, Brooke. He's not Beetlejuice, and he won't magically appear shirtless if you say his name 3 times. Brooke acknowledges that Hope is obviously afraid of turning into her mother. You're terrified of that, and you're on the precipice of becoming exactly like your mother if you allow yourself to have those feelings for Finn. Over at Il Giardino, Deacon and Hollis are talking about Tom and how, despite only having been around for a short time, he had a major impact on their lives. Just then Bill, Poppy and Luna arrive for lunch, offering their condolences to Deacon. It was a real tragedy, says Poppy. Luna doesn't know what they're talking about, so Bill fills her in on what happened to Tom. Did he have any family kids? Asks Bill. Deacon says none that he was aware of as Poppy squirms a bit. Deacon explains that back in the day, Tom is pretty successful. He had his challenges, but he was working through them. At least I thought so. He shares that Tom died of a drug overdose, which brings the whole table down. Luna later expresses her sympathy to Hollis on the loss of his co-worker, suggesting he might feel better if he comes out with them next time. And RJ, her boyfriend, inserts protective dad Bill. Luna says they're all friends. After Hollis exits, Bill makes it clear he'll always protect his daughter and her mom. Poppy is happy that Luna finally has the doting dad she's always wanted and deserved. She goes on and on about being grateful for the future they now have thanks to him. Hollis is such a mess about Tom's death that he struggles to make a simple drink. Deacon comes over and they talk about how weird it is to see Bill being an actual nice guy who is protective of his daughter, but Hollis quickly turns things back to how Tom's death makes no sense. He was in such a good place, man, insists Deacon's employee, For his part, Deacon wonders if they missed something. Deacon suggests Hollis take a break, or at least go straighten up the supply closet. It's there that Hollis discovers Tom's backpack. Finn sat on the edge of the bed, his heart heavy with the weight of his own mistakes. The room was quiet, save for the distant hum of the city beyond their penthouse windows. Steffy lay beside him, her face turned away, her silence more damning than any words she could have spoken. He took a deep breath, the words he'd rehearsed so many times in his mind now struggling to find their way to his lips. "Steffy," he began softly, reaching out to gently touch her shoulder. She flinched slightly but didn't pull away. "I know I've hurt you. I never wanted to, and I regret everything that's brought us to this point." Steffy remained silent, her eyes fixed on a distant point outside the window. Finn's heart etched to see her like this, the vibrant woman he loved now cloaked in sorrow. He took another breath, determined to make her understand. "I made a mistake," he continued, his voice trembling. "I let my guard down, and I let people into our lives who had no place being there. Steffy, my love for you has never wavered. I need you to know that." Steffy finally turned to face him, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Finn, it's not just about the mistake," she said quietly. "It's about trust. You broke my trust, and I don't know how to rebuild that." Finn nodded, his heart breaking a little more with each passing second. "I know, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn back your trust. I'll fight for us, Steffy. I'll fight for our family." As Finn poured his heart out, Brooke paced the length of her living room, her thoughts consumed by a different set of worries. Hope had been acting strangely lately, distant and preoccupied. Brooke had hoped that after everything they'd been through, their family would finally find some peace. But now a new fear gnawed at her. "What if Hope ruins everything?" she muttered to herself, running a hand through her hair. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss, that Hope was hiding something that could shatter the fragile happiness it worked so hard to build. Brooke's thoughts were interrupted by the sound of the front door opening. She turned to see Hope standing there, looking tired and worn. Her heart etched at the sight of her daughter, the weight of the world seemingly resting on her shoulders. "Hope," Brooke said gently, crossing the room to embrace her. "Is everything okay? You seem distant." Hope sighed, leaning into her mother's embrace. "I'm just tired, Mom. There's a lot on my mind." Brooke pulled back, searching Hope's face for answers. "Talk to me, sweetheart. Whatever it is, we can get through it together." Hope hesitated, her eyes flickering with uncertainty. "It's complicated, Mom. I don't want to burden you with my problems." Brooke shook her head. "You're my daughter. Nothing is more important to me than your happiness. Please, let me help." Hope took a deep breath, her eyes meeting Brooke's. "It's about Lamb. I've been feeling like there's a distance between us, like he's hiding something. And I don't know how to handle it." Brooke's heart sank. Lamb had been a source of both joy and heartache for Hope, and the thought of him causing her more pain was almost too much to bear. "Have you talked to him about it?" Hope nodded. "I have, but he keeps brushing it off, saying everything is fine. But I can feel it, Mom. Something's not right." Brooke hugged her daughter tightly, wishing she could take away all her pain. "We'll figure this out, Hope. Together. You're not alone in this." As the days passed, Finn continued to pour his heart into repairing his relationship with Steffy. He brought her breakfast in bed, planned romantic outings, and spent countless hours talking, trying to rebuild the trust he'd shattered. Steffy, while still guarded, began to see the sincerity in his efforts. She wanted to believe in their love, to believe that they could overcome this hurdle. Meanwhile, Brooke kept a close eye on Hope, her worry growing with each passing day. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was brewing beneath the surface, something that could potentially destroy the happiness it fought so hard to attain. She decided to take matters into her own hands. One afternoon, while Hope was out, Brooke made her way to Lamb's office. She found him sitting at his desk, lost in thought. "Lamb, we need to talk," she said firmly. Liam looked up, surprise and concern flickering across his face. Brooke, what's going on? Brooke closed the door behind her, determined to get to the bottom of whatever was troubling her daughter. It's about Hope. She's worried about you, Liam. She feels like you're hiding something from her. Liam's expression darkened, a hint of guilt crossing his features. I didn't want to worry her, Brooke, but there are things going on that are complicated.